spells. Like, there's one where they're taking each other's names and putting them together to spell. It starts with one character's name, put another character in the name, and then, like for example, one of the jokes that they make is Kairu Kriki, because, you know, they take Kairu, Ruku, and Quickie. You know, the Japanese versions of, you know, of Kyle, Luke, and Quickie, and kind of make them, put them together to make a little name. You know, it's like very Japanese. You know, they'd either have to change it or take it out or try their best to work on it and just deal with it. Or maybe they could just not voice that one. Because several of the skits aren't voiced, which I think is kind of weird because this game, a lot of this game's dialogue is told in skit form. But, you know. So, yeah. As usual, it has the missions. This one's different. The missions are more categorized, so it makes things easier to do the quests that you want. Like there's like they categorize the kill monsters quests. They characterize the fetch quests, but you know. And the perspective of the game has changed different. It's more of like an overhead thing instead of a behind the back thing. It's more like an overhead, like kind of what a Tales game, you know, like what most. It looks better. So that's nifty. And there are more puzzles as well, which is interesting. Difficulty-wise, I feel like this game was hard. It wasn't like douchebag difficulty. Like, I feel like it was a real challenge, but it was just kind of hard. It wasn't like Tales of Destiny 2 where it was hard because the game was playing in a different kind of way than I was. But this game, I feel like everyone's kind of balanced, sort of. And, you know, I feel like it's a more genuine challenge than it is like cheap challenge. Though it's kind of funny because when you fight, like go into the arena and you fight like the Tales characters, because they have group versions, but they also have like just one person. But you can take an entire team with you and just fight one person, which is very unfair. You can annihilate one character super quickly if you're at a decent level. But, you know, that's the way I see that dealio. The arena is like the other one where you just go in there, and that's actually the only part in the game where it's back to the usual, where the perspective is from behind the back, and I guess that makes sense because it is a pretty small area. But you can choose the battle theme you want. You can, you know, do whatever you feel like. You know, in that sort of respect. They let you fight like Barbados, I think, and I think you can fight Douse and Yggdrasil or Yggdrasil, whatever, or Mythos technically. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I don't even know how to unlock that. I don't even know how to fight Mormo either. I'll have to get back to that. This game, I kind of come back to it every now and then. It's another one of the Tales games where it has a lot of replayability just because if you're just bored and you just kind of want to play a Tales game. You know? Yeah. I was saying yeah to what Eugene was saying. But, you know how, these things are. Yeah, this is actually a very long one, so sorry if I go quiet, either because I getting distracted, or I'm losing my train of thought. But this is like a little bit longer than the My Thoughts on Tales video. Believe it or not, it's the 40-minute thing, which surprised me. And of course, I can't really cut it because everything is just kind of. I mean, I guess I could, but you know, too late now. I don't want to put any more work into this. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the arena. So you can do that, and you know, beat a character enough times to get parts of their weapons, and then you can take it to Rox, the little butler guy, and heal who, by the way, sounds like it's like they just wanted to get like just some random guy, like, here, talk to this microphone. You know, who'd they get, Yuichi Nakamura to do him or something? I don't think so. I'm not really sure. But, you know, decent little game of gameness. But yeah, so going back to the quests, they're easier to do. I think I've pretty much said all I need to say. Character creation. Character creation is like the endgame version of the character creation in Radiant 2, where you can change eye color, change height, you know. You can't alter the voice, at least not at first. You can change the hair color, so you can change the orange hair, orange red hair, to actually be red hair, which is what I did. I'll get to my character in a minute. As usual, I am going to show him near the end. But, what's the word I'm looking for? It was actually pretty decent. No facial hair option, but that's just me kind of being silly and nitpicking. That was actually a joke. What was the word I'm looking for? Yeah, Will gets one too. But anyway, the character creation, pretty good actually. You can change the height and weight and width of your character, or weight rather, so you can make your character really muscular or really skinny, or really tall or really short. You can change the eye colors, change skin tone, all that jazz. Add hair accessories. It's you know, the standard dealio. Nothing really too major. You can essentially make whatever kind of character you want, unless they have like facial hair or something. And they even have some like cameo style, like all the girls from K-On!, their hair appears in this game as like a little cameo thing. And I think for the guys they have some stuff too. I don't really remember what. It'd be cool if you had Goku or something. There was DLC for this game too. No, that was Radiant 2. But there was also DLC, like special events you could do. You would make a new character and like you could. It was like a little online thing. I think that's how it works. I'm not really sure. I think it's still going on too. It's kind of difficult to pin, but and I actually never did it because can't really figure out how to work it. But there was an online mode thing. Usually that's how things work. So that was decent, but also in the character you could go on essentially remake your entire character once you got New Game Plus. Unlike Radiant 1 and 2, it's like the newer Tales games where when you save over and make your clear data, you start like where you left off. You can do New Game Plus, I think, but you have to select it somewhere else, or I think you have to select your file in somewhere. Maybe they just don't have New Game Plus at all. So you can essentially remake your character, and you can even give your character like Tails voices, or like certain, like you can give your guy Cress's voice if you want, which is pretty cool. It costs great, I think, though, and I think you have to kind of unlock it. That's one of my problems with this game, actually. You don't get all the characters immediately. You have to do like these secret quests, and you have to do these secret like character missions in order to unlock them. It's really kind of lame, I think, in my personal opinion. I don't think it's very fun, because you have to do all these little missions to unlock everyone. I literally, before I finished the game, I literally took the time to unlock everyone because I wanted everyone on my team. And it just kind of made the game longer. I don't know if they would have allowed you to have everybody. I think they gave you all the characters that you would need story-wise, but I don't really like how you had to unlock everyone. I feel like that was just kind of lame. But, that's really my only gripe with this game. New classes, you know, all the same classes returned. I mean, the only one that's really new is the Gunner class, which many would probably consider broken. I had never used it. I really only used the one class. I don't think there were any others. Maybe, no, not monk. Maybe, well, I don't know. I don't think there were really any new classes though. Why they didn't include Lancer, I have no idea. And combine like stuff with maybe Loney, Eugene, and Jade. Maybe not Jade, but at least Loney and Eugene. Yeah, I mean, you saw them make a human and a male or a female too. I mean, in that sense, the character creation is not perfect, but I mean, it's not an MMO, so you know. Like I said, everyone does a good job doing their voices. They all sound just like the way they should. You know. There are a bunch of story missions. This game was actually kind of long, yet at the same time, well, no, I mean, I do feel like it was kind of long. So that was just kind of a bit of a pain. I was able to finally finish it, but you know, there's a lot of like people speculate that the final boss, Lazarus, was a the winter Kanono. Yeah, the Kanonos are kind of categorized based on like summer, fall, and spring. It's hard to tell which one's which. I think the Radiant Mythology 2 Kanono is supposed to be summer. The new one is supposed to be fall. Oh, the third one's supposed to be fall, and the first one is supposed to be spring, maybe? The Kanono in Radiant Mythology 3 almost has like, I almost kind of look at her as being like older. Like I'd put her being like maybe 16, 17, or 18. Even though the way she's performed, and she's voiced by Aya Hirano. I mean, she does her usual like performance. It's her quote-unquote Sasha from Saint Seiya and the Lost Canvas performance. So it's actually really good. It's a decent performance. And yeah, Van, by the way. Yeah, you can actually play as him too. It's not like Richter or Leon or even Ras, where they only show up for a little bit, but they're still like party members. Like Van just came out of nowhere. Then again, so did Celsius, but I don't know, maybe they felt like Celsius was important. I mean, she kind of is, but why they didn't include more Tempest characters, I'm not really sure. They could have. Maybe they're waiting for something. They included Hisui, at least from Hearts, but that's still only 3 characters. And of course, with Innocence, all but 1 character showed up.